What's going on, everybody? This is Lamar, and this is Political Media. We still don't know who our president is officially, but unofficially, I think we know who it is. It looks like Joe Biden is going to be the next president of the United States. And unfortunately, the former president, Trump, does not want to let go. He's going on a rampage on Twitter. He's filing lawsuits in several states. And he said, and I quote, he wants the voting to stop. And if you're not a smart person, if you're so far up his behind, you may not understand how asinine that sounds, because no one's still voting. They're just still counting ballots that were sent in. Every state has different rules. Some states allow you to are allowed to still continue to count ballots up until a certain day after the election, as long as they were postmarked by election day. That's what's happening. The mail-in ballots. See, the thing is, most Democrats listen to the advice of Dr. Fauci and of the other experts and scientists and doctors as it relates to COVID and how serious it is. Hence, Texas has grown in COVID cases. In every day, we're breaking records, which is astronomically ridiculous. Other states and cities, same situation. And as a consequence of that, most Democrats chose not to go to the ballots, but to mail in their ballots. Take advantage of that. Still participating in their civic duty, but being safe and trying to think about the safety of others. Whereas most Republicans actually go to the ballot. So Trump knew this. So he tried to preempt as much as he could by trying to discredit mail-in ballots, because he knew most Democrats were going to do that because of COVID. So when most of the mail-in ballots are counted, we're finding that most of them trend towards the Democratic side. And what that does is, on all these slim races, that's going to really put Biden over the top. I'm quite excited about that. As an independent, as a swing voter, I'm quite excited about that. This year, I just happened to swing to the left versus swinging to the right. So he's angry. Don Jr. is going ballistic. Rudy Giuliani is going ballistic. Right now, Georgia, there's Biden is up in Georgia as of this Friday morning, and interestingly, Georgia has a Republican governor, Republican Secretary of State, and I believe they're counting the ballots by the book and doing what they're supposed to do. Trump's still not going to be happy with that. He's still going to say it's a fraud, as he says, and I quote, let's see, all ballots will be legally challenged. He says all recent Biden claimed states will be legally challenged by us for voter fraud and state election fraud. Plenty of proof. You know, he always use these absolutely just out of the media. We will win, America first. Now, I love that Twitter has censored him to some degree, where they put a notice on all of his stupid tweets saying that some or all of the content shared in this tweet is disputed and might be misleading about an election and other typical processes. Good job. That's good for Twitter to be willing and bold enough to do that after just getting grilled by Congress, the Republicans in Congress, about censorship of politicians and Trump particularly. Thank you for standing up for right. So Trump wants to stop. He said he wants to stop the voting. We will win. And just a little bit more about Georgia, though. Interestingly, out of all the men in Georgia, Biden has 42%. Trump has 56%. Out of women in Georgia, Biden has 54% and Trump has 44%. So Biden won more of the ladies vote, and Trump won more of the men vote. When it comes to race and the breakdown between race, Trump won 70% of the white vote, of course, and Biden won 29% of the white vote. The black vote, of course, Biden won 87% of the black vote, Trump 11%. Who are those 11%? Who's the 11%? And then Biden won 57% of the Latino vote, and Trump won 41%, which it seems to be a high number. How in the heck did Trump get 41% of the Latino vote? See, I guess we're not. The Latino vote is really totally different from what I think most people expected, particularly like in Florida with more Cubans voting for Trump. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what he offered them or promised them, and he blatantly has said so many times how the disdain he has for you guys. So it's very odd, interesting that the Latinos voted for Trump. But okay, whatever. But anyway, this is just a quick update. We'll keep following this story. I'm just like you guys. I'm growing tired of it. I'm ready for us to have Biden in office or president and move on with our lives and get past all the shenanigans. All right, and this has been Political Media. I'm Lamar. Peace out.